the Colts and the 49ers all at 4-1? Raise your hand. Okay, put it down. You're lying. Because I had them all at 5-0, but then they lost somewhere. But those are the three best teams. I'm not putting the Bills on that list, and I have a very good reason. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Don't ask. Just don't ask. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Try talking and coughing at the same time. Good morning and welcome to the Manic Overreaction Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. Man, we are flying right along here in this 12th season. If you want to advertise with us, drop me an email to snowmanmultimedia@gmail.com. This one's personal. If you can help my family and I out with a Cash App donation, that would be great because we are trying to get back on my feet after all the health troubles I've dealt with. You can subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already at youtube.com/@snowmanmultimedia. And this one's also personal. How about this? Give us a hand here on GoFundMe, gofundme.com/snowman's road to recovery. Dear Buffalo Bills, what the hell was that? What was that? I gotta tell you something. I did not see I saw the first quarter of the Bills game last night. Bills and Patriots, Sunday Night Football. And the Bills promptly turned the ball over not once, but twice in the first quarter. And my thought was this.
Well, that game sucked.
And it did. The Patriots won 23-20. The Patriots had no business winning that game. Stephon Diggs, now a Patriot, was one of the benefactors and the keys to last night's 3-point victory. There's just something about when the New England Patriots visit Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, they play them tough. Give the Patriots credit. They played them tough. And as far as the Bills are concerned, they're frauds. I can say this now because the Bills are indeed 4-1, but that was a division loss. That was a division loss. They're 2-1 in the division now instead of 3-0. If they were 3-0 in the division, say, I don't know, like my San Francisco 49ers, more on that next segment, then we'll be able to have a conversation. But this game sucked. Period. That Bills-Patriots game, even with the cool uniforms that the Patriots had on last night, that game sucked. You know, like the Angry Video Game Nerd said in his very, very first video, and I was watching it this morning, this game sucks. Let me welcome some people. A Pizzle in the house. Vicolaw's in the house because he's in the office this week. Napoleon's here with us. The manic what the heck was yesterday, Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. I love it. Pizzle says, Dear New England, thank you. And Tiger Stripes Media lifted the lid off of the Fanatics feedback zone. What was that, Buffalo? 2 fumbles in 3 drives? Really? This is your... Hey, I got a question about Josh Allen. And of course, I mean this playfully with what we're... thank you, Napoleon. I won't repeat what you said, but yeah, thank you for that statement. This is your king, Josh Allen, who played tentative, who played scared, who played not like the MVP? Really? This is your king? Oh, I'll get to the Damien, I'll get to the Texans and Ravens a little bit later. But this? What? I know I've said this before about many a quarterback, and I know I've said this before about Josh Allen. And I will repeat my statement about Josh Allen. I have never seen Josh Allen play that tentative before. Even against the Patriots. I've seen it now on 2 occasions where Josh Allen was a deer in headlights because of it being prime time, of it being against a team that you supposedly should pound in the dirt. And give the Patriots credit. They sliced that Bills defense to shreds. Let me say that again, and I know Napoleon will get a kick out of this. They sliced that Bills defense to shreds with their running game. The defense that is supposedly a strong point of the New England Patriots. That game sucked. Patriots win by 3. The Bills don't know what the hell they're doing. Victor says, well, I'll say this. Every team and every player is expected to lay an egg, but the big question is, how do you bounce back from it? That's what I'm waiting to answer. The Bills have the Bills, the Eagles, the 49ers, and I know there's one other team. I can't think of them right now, all with a 4-1 record, getting there in different paths. Getting there in different ways. Hello, Lucy. Y'all see, where is she? Y'all see Lucy right there behind me, wondering what's going on. How, if you're Josh Allen and the Bills, how do you bounce back from losing at home in primetime to the Patriots? You bounce back playing the next game like your playoff lives depend on it, and you play that way for the remainder of the season. Because every other team in that division is going to try to challenge you, challenging a team that has ruled that division for 7 years. Why are you shaking your head at me?
Because unfortunately, I'm going to be out of the truck this week. The laptop's not cooperating.
Vegas. So you're on the
Best
phone.
I can do is set everything up from afar and then come in like.
And then that happens. And then that happens. He freezes in mid sentence. At least it didn't. Damien says at least it didn't end in overtime, in an overtime tie like that Packers and Cowboys game. Bills, Eagles, and especially the Dolphins. Yeah. This yesterday was the kind of day where technical difficulties that prevented me from calling the Colts game had me watching the Cowboys and the Jets. I don't particularly mind the Cowboys. It's those damn Jets. They looked awful. While we're talking about teams that looked awful and we stay in the AFC East, the Jets look like absolute dog water. What was that? What was that? Yes, you can, Vic. You can claim a victory Monday, and that score is not indicative of how bad the New York Jets are. Everybody in that Jet organization, everybody needs to go. from the owner down to the players. The only player that you keep and start from the beginning. What's up, Queen Jen? The only player that you keep is Garrett Wilson. Everybody else, give him a severance package and tell him, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. And they thought Aaron Glenn would be, and the Jets thought Aaron Glenn would be the solution to their problems? A former player with no coaching experience? Really? 90% of the time, there go the hashtags, as Genevieve Yoso has made her appearance. 90% of the time, when you hire a coach that does not have any coaching experience, it's bad. It's bad. Oh, the 49ers found that out the hard way with Jim Tomsula. We don't have the totals yet. But my goodness, two teams in opposite directions last night in the same division. The Patriots took down the Kings of the East and the Buffalo Bills, and the Jets are just the Jets. Really? Everybody in that Jet organization needs to go. Everybody needs to go. Let's take a break. When you all get back, what the hell happened in Baltimore? Everybody on that Ravens squad after yesterday is saying,
well, that game sucked.
Snowman in the morning, back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central. On the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where my soldiers? Left side.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Owen, let's talk for a second.
Hi, Owen. Come on in.
When you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
It'll come to you.
It won't.
We had a lot to learn about each other. A lot. Hey, that's good. Things were changing so quickly. We didn't know what the future would hold. Any of us. I just wish you felt more at home now. you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I'm so proud to call you my son.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got, game-winning interception, first down, just a nice solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
It's really, in the end, basically a skill issue.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. Yes, indeed. A lot of teams have skill issues after this week. Sick Diggy joins us from Norway. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Same to you, young fella. A Pizzle, as we look in the feedback zone, says, can we please get Chris Greer out of Miami? There's an answer to that by Napoleon. I'll get to that in a minute. Kenneth Clark is with us saying, good morning, all my friends. How are you doing today? I'm doing great, man. And all my friends are doing too. Napoleon says, Pizzle, the day that happens is the day John Fisher finally sells the A's to someone that cares about baseball. Unfortunately, Napoleon, that ain't going to happen anytime soon, A. And B, when he does, the A's would already have erased their history and relocated. I'm in tears, just frustrated right now. Big Dog, I totally understand, man. I totally understand. Dog is having technical issues with his Wi-Fi at the moment, and he's going to be out for this for this week. So I will be flying solo with guests in tow. And let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. Dear Baltimore Ravens, wait a minute. I'm not doing this right at all. Well, I am. Let me set it up this way. The Houston Texans played the Baltimore Ravens, and the Baltimore Ravens didn't have Lamar Jackson, so we cannot blame him for what the hell happened yesterday. But what we can say about that game is...
Well, that game sucked.
44-10. You know what I thought?
What in the all types of blue hell
was that? This is a team in the Baltimore Ravens that is coming off of a playoff appearance. Let me say that again. This is a team in the Baltimore Ravens that's coming off of a
Playoffs?
appearance.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yes. Pizzle says, if you need me on Thursday, Friday, I'm available. I'm going to say, you know what, Pizzle? You're in. A Pizzle will join me for both days, especially talking football. So thank you, Pizzle, for pinch hitting. Appreciate it. As I said, the dog is out this week due to technical difficulties. He's also in the process of moving. So Pizzle will pinch hit Thursday and Friday. That is a go. When I saw the score yesterday, and then I took in the lowlights, yes, I said it, lowlights of that game. The Baltimore Ravens season is finished. Period. Point blank. Dot. Exclamation point. End of story. The Baltimore Ravens season is finito. Done. That once proud defense that has parts missing due to injury, and I know that, and I understand that. But still, you let a one-win team in the Houston Texans that shut out Tennessee last week punch you in the gut, sock you in the mouth, kick you in the chest, and also give you a foot put in your rear end. The seats were empty by the start of half the stadium was gone by the start of the third quarter. The start of the third quarter. You had many empty seats, and this is supposed to be a celebration year. 30th anniversary of the Browns moving to Baltimore and becoming the Ravens, and this is how you celebrate your 30th year with a 1-4 start out of the gate. Take a look at that division. Take a look at what happened in that division. The Steelers are lucky they have the week off. The Ravens get pounded. The Bengals get pounded, and you know that and Cleveland lost across the border. That division is terrible. It's to a point I don't even care who wins that division. Whoever wins that division will do it by default. But as it stands right now, it ain't Baltimore and it ain't Cincinnati. But back to Baltimore. Baltimore's season and Jim Harbaugh's tenure as coach of the Baltimore Ravens, as it stands right now, is fried. Do you actually see the best you can do? And I was listening to Damon Amendola yesterday. The best you can do to get into the playoffs as a wild card would be 10-7. That would mean you Baltimore Ravens would have to go 9-3 over the course of the rest of the season. And considering the fact that you got pounded by Detroit, you got pounded by Kansas City, and then you lose in a heartbreaker to Buffalo to start the season, and then this 10-7 is not happening. A prolonged winning streak has to happen to just even get you back in contention. And that ain't happening. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about here? We're talking about the Baltimore Ravens, the once proud Baltimore Ravens, where every time they get a spotlight game in their house, they choke. 2019 Tennessee, anybody? 2 years ago, Kansas City for the AFC Championship? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? I said it last segment about the New York Jets, and I think I need to say it here about the Baltimore Ravens. It is time to push the plunger and blow it up. I'm sorry. Lamar Jackson is not the answer. And you sign Derrick Henry and you don't use him. Let me repeat that. You signed Derrick Henry, and you don't use him. Yes, he has 1,000-yard seasons in Baltimore. I understand that, but he's not the same Derrick Henry. You're not turning and sticking the ball in his belly 25 times because you want to have Lamar Jackson lead your team in rushing and passing. Bad move, and it cost you. It cost you a trip to the AFC Championship in 2019, and it cost you a trip to the Super Bowl with Derrick Henry in tow last year, 2 years ago. And then came last year when you fumbled the ball away, Mark Andrews, I'm looking at you, against the Buffalo Bills when you had a chance to knock them out. You had a chance to wipe them clean out, and you blew it. And it's all come down to yesterday with Cooper Rush as your starting quarterback, and that happened. 44 points surrendered, while you, Baltimore Ravens, only got 10. This is on top of the fact that you got whacked in the mouth by the Detroit Lions. That score, 38-30, does not indicate how thoroughly beaten up you were after you faced the Lions on Monday Night Football and they punched you in the gut several times. Then all of a sudden, the Houston Texans think, hey, we can go in their house and beat them. Detroit did it, and sure enough, Baltimore lays an egg bigger than V-Show Joe's head. Baltimore lays an egg bigger than the Cubs did. And the Cubs are going to lay another egg tonight, and I'm going to call that game. More on that later. Kenneth Clark says we should talk about the baseball playoffs. I'll get to him. But the main focus is Overreaction Monday from the NFL. And if I'm overreacting on what I'm saying about the Baltimore Ravens, fine. Prove me wrong. Prove to me that you just not have your season blown up into dust by the Houston Texans of all teams. A Texans team that themselves got socked in the mouth several times. And you know the main reason why the Baltimore Ravens are in the ruins that they're in? Yeah, I said it. They're in ruins. You want to know the main reason? Because yes, Lamar, it is you. The Baltimore Ravens need a better quarterback. All Lamar Jackson is a copy of Justin Fields, a running back in a quarterback's body. That's it, and that's all. And you ain't going to get anywhere with him. The furthest you got was the AFC Championship, and you had the AFC Championship in your house. And you got punched in the mouth again by the Kansas City Chiefs. And then yesterday happened to put you at 1-4. You know what you'd have to do to win the division? You would have to run the table. You'd have to run the table to get back to your lofty standards of playoff records, like 12-5 or 13-4. And as I said, the very least, Baltimore, you'd have to be 10-7 to get into the wild card. And considering how the AFC looks right now, San Diego, I'm looking at you. That ain't happening. That is not happening. Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields are the same kind of quarterback. They can't throw. Their footwork sucks. They take off at first opportunity. They're behind porous offensive lines. And they can't play the position very well. Are they both athletic? Absolutely they are. Are they both good quarterbacks? Hell no. Even though Lamar Jackson didn't play yesterday due to a hamstring injury, and we don't know how long he's going to be out, Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields are the same kind of quarterback. Period. Justin Fields sucks, and so does Lamar Jackson. Hell, Justin Fields can't even quarterback the New York Jets, for God's sakes. He certainly couldn't quarterback the Chicago Bears. All Justin Fields is Sonic the Hedgehog running the football without an arm. He had no arms. He had arm strength at Ohio State. That's it, and that's all. Same with Lamar Jackson. He had sidearm strength at Louisville because the offensive line at Louisville actually protected him. And yes, I'm throwing shade at Damian, and I'm trying to do it without a smile and not laughing at him because he's throwing shade at me. But Baltimore, your season is finito. Dunskies. And I do not see you making the playoffs. And I said it at the top of the season. I said when we did our preseason preview in August, I said at the top of the season that the Baltimore Ravens would not make the playoffs. Why? For one reason, yes, Lamar, it is you. Period. Now, fight me on that if you dare. When we come back, I'll explain to you why the San Francisco 49ers are the most dangerous team in the NFL right now, even though half of their team is missing. And after the Jaguars game, I thought,
well, that game sucked.
But then Thursday night happened. And even though there are several teams with 4-1 records coming into this week, I'll explain why the 49ers are the most dangerous team. And to Damian Hernandez, they actually have not one but two quarterbacks that can throw the ball better than Justin Fields and can throw the ball far. Remember that joke, Victor? Snowman in the morning, back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Owen, let's talk for a second.
Hi, Ellen. Come on in.
When you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
It'll come to you.
It won't.
We had a lot to learn about each other. A lot. Hey, that's good. Things were changing so quickly. We didn't know what the future would hold. Any of us. I just wish you felt more at home now. But we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Hey everyone, it's Napoleon Johnamite. Join me on October 27th to celebrate 5 years of the English-speaking members from one of the top VTuber agencies, HoloLive. From the debut of their first generation of girls in Myth in 2020, to their most recent live concert event held at the Radio City Music Hall in August of 2025. And for the sports fans, there will be coverage of their appearances at Dodger Stadium. Take a journey through VTubing history in Beyond the Myth, 5 years of HoloLive English, October 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, exclusively on YouTube at Please Rewind Napoleon and Rumble.
Cause we take this job so serious.
Dear Bronsexuals, you. Dear Facebook for allowing Bronsexuals on. You. Dear ESPN for putting Braun. Dear ESPN for putting Braun on in 2003. You, and you.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Crash Out 2 years ago. And I normally don't crash out like that, but I've done a lot of it lately. Tonight, Major League Baseball on Snowman Sportsnet. Yes, I know I put baseball away for the year, but the playoffs are going on right now. Dodgers and Phillies Dodgers lead that game 1-0. Thank you, Shohei Ohtani. The champs go to Philadelphia for game 2. 6:08 is the first pitch. And then what I'm interested in, Cubs and Milwaukee from Brewtown. Milwaukee leads that series 1-0. Milwaukee trying to win their first series for first playoff series since 2011. Okay. Y'all got to bring back Tam. Sick Diggy says he's been burning up the R&B charts for a long time. Yeah, he burned them up so much they canceled the charts. Okay. I am going to say something that people will not agree with, but I'm going to say it anyway. The San Francisco 49ers, sitting at 4-1, are the most dangerous team in the NFL right now. Come on, Damien. I'm waiting. Let me explain why. Every week, you guys see me talk about the injury list for the 49ers. This past Thursday, no Purdy, no Pearsall, Jawan Jennings is out. We know we lost Bosa for the season, and we lost 2 other players to injury. One is a hand injury. And they won. I sat here in this chair Thursday night convincing myself, there's no way San Francisco can win that game in Los Angeles. But a little piece of my heart says, yes, they can. And you're going to miss it if you don't call it. So sure enough, Jones throws a dart to McCaffrey, throws another dart to Kendrick Bourne. And the next thing I know, I'm putting this headset on, watching them complete their first drive in what would turn out to be a 23-20 victory over the Los Angeles Rams. And the question that I ask to this moment in time as we get ready to face off against Tampa Bay is how? How? Just plain how? How the hell did we do that? Because I have no idea, and I can only pin it to the resilience of the San Francisco 49ers. Different parts, except for Jacksonville, same result. And they go to Tampa next week to face another playoff contender in the Buccaneers. Now, last year, we beat them on a walk-off field goal from Jake Moody. And you know what helped us Thursday night? A 58-yard field goal from Eddie Pinheiro that gave the Niners a 23-20 lead at the time, in a situation where I thought they were going to punt the ball. I actually thought they were going to punt the ball. They said, oh, no. Oh, no. We got Smooth Eddie here. Swept the leg and banged it through. And then in overtime, he banged it through from deep and it caught part of the upright. And then the defense stood tall. And then the defense, who had been shredded in the second half by the Rams, made the play. So far, they made the play of the year when they stopped Kyron Williams on 4th and 1. Damian says, I really thought Mike Shanahan would be on the hot seat after losing all those pieces, especially on defense. You know what, Damian? I thought Kyle Shanahan would be on the and it's Kyle Shanahan, not Mike Shanahan. Mike is daddy right now. He would long since retire from the coaching game. But I thought Kyle would be on the hot seat too. Kyle's in his 9th season in San Francisco, if you can believe that. And somehow he's made it work. Except for 2020 and 2024 and rest of 17 and 18, he's made it work. Somehow it always seems to work. Last year, the injuries piled up beyond recognition, and we couldn't do anything about it. We couldn't do a damn thing about it. And I think what doomed us was the game in Minnesota, where Sam Darnold, of all quarterbacks, whipped our tails. And I'm trying not to cuss because we are live on our radio stations today. In fact, that's going to be us going forward. And if you see me looking up, I'm looking up at a sign that says go national. Done that. Rule, no swearing. Working on that. But come here. Back to these guys. My San Francisco 49ers. 4-1 coming into this year. 4-1. Who saw that coming? I actually picked San Francisco to win only 10 games. They only won 6 last year. They already have 4 wins. Purdy is due back. Pearsall is due back. Jawan is due back. And we get an extra piece. I think you all know who I'm talking about. George the Animal Kittle is due back this week after being on IR due to a hamstring injury. Due to a hamstring injury, George the Animal Kittle is back. And yes, Kenneth Clark, no more undefeated teams this year because the Patriots, and I talked about them at the top of the show, took care of business against the Bills. And the 49ers came up with a win against the Rams. The walking conspiracy, George. I got to explain that running joke between me and Victor. See, when Kittle signed his extension, Victor went off on my show. He did it playfully, saying there's a conspiracy that the 49ers signed Kittle just to keep messing with the Cowboys. Kittle messes with everybody. And Tiger Stripes, I may have to have you with me when I do a 49er game. Kittle scares everybody. I'm sorry, but for those of you who think Travis Kelce is the better quarterback, or tight end, why am I? But for those of you who think Travis Kelce is the better tight end just because he has Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback, allow me to introduce you to the people's tight end. He can block. He can catch it. I need my button because I can't even use that word, according to my bosses at WQVZ. Listen, let me introduce you to the people's tight end, George the Animal Kittle. Stone Cold Kittle, as was named by Ted Robinson, the former voice of the 49ers. The people's tight end is introduced to you by The Rock himself. And to quote Dwayne The Rock Johnson, allow me to introduce you to the people's tight end. My man George Kittle can block. He can catch a pass. He can lay the smackdown on your candy. I absolutely love number 85 because he can do all that. He can do all this. That's for you, Cole. George the Animal Kittle is a generational talent, Victor. You are definitely right about that. You're definitely right about that. You ain't going to find another tight. You will never in life find another tight end like George Kittle. Because he can do all this. I want you to see all this. That's for you, Cole. And as long as George the Animal Kittle stays healthy, this time when he returns from injury, the San Francisco 49ers will be complete. They will compete, and they will be the most dangerous team in the NFL. And wait till Brock Purdy gets right. So as you hear, and I have to go to a break with this because y'all hear it every morning. So to all you Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Ricky Pearsall, Jawan Jennings, Christian McCaffrey, and San Francisco 49er haters, shut the up. I had to. All right. When y'all get back, more football talk. And I think I got to make some tea. Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Owen, let's talk for a second.
Hi, Ellen. Come on in.
When you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
It'll come to you.
It won't.
We had a lot to learn about each other. A lot. Hey, looks good. Things were changing so quickly. We didn't know what the future would hold. Any of us. I just wish you felt more at home now. But we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Hey everyone, it's Napoleon Dynamite. Join me on October 27th to celebrate 5 years of the English-speaking members from one of the top VTuber agencies, HoloLive. From the debut of their first generation of girls in Myth in 2020, to their most recent live concert event held at the Radio City Music Hall in August of 2025. And for the sports fans, there will be coverage of their appearances at Dodger Stadium. Take a journey through VTubing history in Beyond the Myth, 5 years of HoloLive English, October 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, exclusively on YouTube at Please Rewind Napoleon and Rumble.
Cause we take this job so serious.
Dear bronzesexuals, you. Dear Facebook for allowing bronzesexuals on. You. Dear ESPN for putting brawn. Dear ESPN for putting brawn on in 2003. You, and you.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the morning.
I can't believe that. 53 after the hour, 7 toward the top of the hour. And Damon, you're absolutely correct. The Niners have to beat the Eagles to be the best team, and I believe they can. But as I always say, to be the champs, you must unseat the champs. Well, dear Los Angeles Rams, we got a leg up on you for unseating you in the NFC West. And it applies there too. To be the champs, you have to unseat the champs. Well, we're halfway to unseating the champs in the NFC West. At the top of the hour, we'll have the scoreboard Cutie Queen update brought to you by SeatGeek. And during the second half of today's show, Jay Spivey will join us from North Carolina. Speaking of North Carolina, dear Miami Dolphins, your season is trash. Your season is done. And where are you? If anybody ever mentions, and I think Pizza will agree with me, something about where'd it go? Dagnabbit. See, I let Shane in the truck and he plays around and then all that happens. Well, since I can't find the thing I'm looking for, I know the Miami Dolphins. I'll go another way with this joke. I know the Miami Dolphins have to be thinking this.
What the hell? No, 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 no!
Because
Stop! He's already dead!
Miami is finished. Done, fried, cooked, filleted, shaken, bacon, whipped, dipped, chipped, chopped, and fricasseed. forever and ever. Amen. No, and I think of the Miami Dolphins right now.
Mid.
Because in comeback fashion, you lost to Carolina. Let me say that again. In comeback fashion, the Miami Dolphins lost to Carolina. They lost to a former Heisman Trophy winner, a former number 1 pick who was doing nothing but led a shutout against Atlanta. They got rocked in New England and surrendered 42 points. And they were down 17-0 at one point yesterday. The fans were booing. The fans were leaving. And then all of a sudden, Bryce Young woke up? What? And the next thing I knew, since the Colts already took care of business, and I'll talk about the Colts to open the second hour. Since that happened, a sleeping giant awoken, down 17-0. And the next thing you knew, the Panthers were driving down the field for the lead. Rico Dowdle. Let me mention that name again, Cowboy fans. I'm talking to you. And I'm talking to the moronic Republic of Cowboy Nation who stupidly let running backs go and they wind up performing great somewhere else. Tony Pollard, anybody? Rico Dowdle, anybody? Rico Dowdle carried the ball 23 times for 206 yards. How the hell did the Dolphins beat the Jets? Oh, yeah, they're the Jets. That's why. Let me say those numbers again. Rico Dowdle rushed for 206 yards yesterday. The ground game player of the week is Rico Dowdle. And if it's someone else, then it's a conspiracy. And the Dolphins got the lead on a 46-yard touchdown on a beautiful pass from Tua, turned the ball over to Jaden Waddle. And the Panthers said, okay, hold my beer. Marched right down the field and scored. They marched right down the field and scored and won. And won. As I said with 2 other teams in this program, on this particular program today. Dear Miami Dolphins, push the plunger and blow it up. Everybody has, except Devin Achane, and maybe Jalen Waddle. Everybody got to go. Period. Everybody got to split. End of story. Everybody has got to split. Everybody got to go. Because I do not see the Miami Dolphins winning anything, anytime, anywhere soon. I just don't. Not with that putrid team they got. It's halftime here on Snowman in the morning. I got the iced tea made. I'm going to go grab me some. And when we come back, we'll have our scoreboard update. We'll talk Major League Baseball playoffs. And there's a couple of other games that I want to go over before we welcome Jay Spivey from North Carolina. Snowman in the morning is back in a... Hold on a minute. Okay. Had to read the line here. Snowman in the morning... I'm just kidding. Snowman in the morning, back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can be the black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central on the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where my soldiers? Left side.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Owen, let's talk for a second.
Hi, Ellen. Come on in.
When you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
It'll come to you.
It won't.
We had a lot to learn about each other. A lot. Hey, that's good. Things were changing so quickly. We didn't know what the future would hold. Any of us. I just wish you felt more at home now. But we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I'm so proud to call you my son.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
There are so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
Your emergency, please.
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got, game-winning interception, first down, just a nice solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
It's really, in the end, basically a skill issue.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
(11:06) on your AM, on your radio dial, and on your watch. This is Snowman in the Morning. And guess what? And I'm proud to say this, and I hope my beautiful wife catches this also. We owe you an ID. This is Snowman in the Morning.
You're listening to WBWS-DB, your new Chicago Sports Hub radio voice. You're listening to WJKS-DB, your Hoosier Sports Home and Indiana Sports Hub play-by-play voice. You're listening to WHDR-DB, your radio home and voice of the Carolinas.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Doggone it.
You're listening to WQVZ, 1700 AM Mission Radio.
For me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
Because he's the armchair quarterback.
Woo-wee. Man, oh man, this has been fun. Here's our question of the day presented by Longevity. Does your football team need to push the plunger? Let me know down below. Had a couple of answers. A Pizzle says, "Dear Miami Dolphins, you know what, A Pizzle? I'm going to do you a favor. And I'm going to make you laugh at the same time. Dear Miami Dolphins, after what happened yesterday, you are infinity."
Trays.
And dear Arizona Cardinals, let's see, to the Arizona Cardinals, to the Miami Dolphins, who else? To the Los Angeles Raiders. You guys are all nothing but
Trays.
And now this word from Stupid University.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it, like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, Stupid University. Yeah, and all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid University, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
Let's go to Indianapolis. Did anybody happen to look at that whooping the Colts delivered to the Raiders yesterday? The Raiders led 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. And then the Colts woke up and scored 40 unanswered points. You heard me right. 40. 40-6 was the final. Jonathan Taylor rushed for 68 yards. Daniel Jones threw for 2.5. And you know what Napoleon says, the Raiders need to push the plunger. And yes, I said Los Angeles Raiders. I know they're Las Vegas, and they're officially the Las Vegas Raiders. But to me, they're the Oakland Raiders. Oakland and Los Angeles. And the Raiders need to push the plunger. Why? Because yes, Gino, it is you. Period. Whoever told the Los Angeles Raiders that Geno Smith is the answer lied. Pretty soon, I hope they tell him,
You're out. You're out.
after what I saw yesterday, I know Napoleon thinking about them signing Geno Smith has to be thinking,
Are you kidding me?
And just like I said about the Dolphins, the Raiders are not going to win anything. The Raiders are not going to win anything unless they bully their way back to either Oakland or Los Angeles. The Colts in 2 quarters delivered so many
Tiger uppercut.
that the Raiders said, I quit. And only got a field goal the rest of the way. They did not find the end zone. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't throw the ball. That Colts defense was, you know what the Colts said after last weekend?
You know what? That makes me mad.
And showed it against the Raiders. 40 unanswered points at one point in time. 40. Geno finally feels at home as a Raider. That's bullshit. Because he certainly didn't look like it. From the highlights I watched, he looked about as uncomfortable as Caleb Williams in the Bears offense. And to throw some shade at Damian, and he knows I'm kidding around when I do this, he looked as comfortable as Justin Fields did yesterday in that Jets offense, running for his life. Sometimes I think Geno Smith was saying, "You're googly moogly," all day. And for those of you who thought the Raiders were going to be something, no, I got this right here. Hold on a minute. First of all, 40-6. There were some people whispering in my ear because I covered the Colts. Hey, the Raiders are going to be competitive on Sunday. The Colts better watch out. Oh yeah. Well, the Raiders took one big fat. And you actually thought the Raiders were going to be competitive?
Stop the cap.
Matter of fact, to those of you who tried to whisper in my ear, beg your pardon. For those of you who tried to whisper in my ear that the Raiders were going to be competitive against my Indianapolis Colts, you tripping. So how does it feel knowing you got a foot put in your rear end by Daniel Jones, the comeback player of the year, and the Indianapolis Colts, who now sit at 4-1. And matter of fact, were it not for an 88-yard touchdown to Tutu Atwell, they'd be sitting at 5-0 probably. So for the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Eagles, who lost in comeback fashion, the Arizona Cardinals, who lost in comeback fashion, and the Seattle Sea Squawks, who lost in comeback fashion. I offer this to you. Because all those teams played like absolute down the stretch. The Raiders especially played like after the first drive of the game because they allowed the Colts to kick him in the throat with 40 unanswered points. I don't even have to go over the numbers of what happened in Indianapolis, Indiana. Lucas Oil Stadium was at full throat after the Colts scored, led 7-3, which essentially turned into the game-winning touchdown because the Raiders couldn't do a thing after that. Period. So how's that, NFL? Two of the teams you thought you buried, the Colts and the 40. Give me my cup. The Colts and these guys, the two teams I cover play-by-play wise, are sitting at 4-1. How do you like them apples? Huh? I know Raider fans have got to be thinking,
I'm getting too old for this.
And the Rams have got to be thinking,
I'm getting too old for this.
You know what Rams fan said to me after what happened Thursday night?
You tripping.
You doggone right, because we beat you. Miraculously, but we beat you. Which means I am going to hear it from Playmaker this week. Oh boy. But to the Raiders and the Dolphins, and in part the Eagles, we now have a selection from the Wonder Bread Choir entitled, How Did You Lose? After the break, we'll talk Major League Baseball playoffs. And to the New York Yankees, your season is screwed. Snowman in the morning in its 12th season. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. Now, the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Hey everyone, I'm joined by my old friend, Mr. Ellis Williams, AKA Mr. Biggs. You called me and you told me, you said, man, I got Car Shield and it worked. What made you get it?
I have this old SUV and I know the manufacturer warranty is about to run out. I don't want to get stuck with expensive car repairs.
Right.
So I gave Car Shield a call. Coverage was very affordable and there was no long-term contract. A few months after that, transmission went on my car I took it to my mechanic. They called Car Shield and saved my family and I $2,400.
CarShield is America's #1 auto protection company. Their administrators have paid out over $1 billion in claims and cover most vehicles from 5,000 to 150,000 miles. You'll receive 24/7 roadside assistance, courtesy towing, rental reimbursement at no additional charge.
Give Car Shield a call today before it's too late. Remember,
Car Shield cars go farther.
Protect yourself now against expensive auto repair bills. Call 800-513-9263.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
The Big Ten.
You can say you're not impressed. You can say you're not happy. You can say all these things, but no, whatever the case may be, the Buckeyes are on top of the football world. And it's just where it is.
The SEC.
And what does Georgia do? Well, as a team that has a championship pedigree would do, they came out full guns blazing, just like a tested SEC team would do. And
Big 12.
That team right there that is ranked 15 that put up 45 points.
Yes, sir.
They were picked dead last at the beginning of the season.
The ACC.
Start with the biggest name first. Chapel Bill now. It's no longer called Chapel Hill. It's called Chapel Bill because Bill Belichick is now the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. The CLP rankings, do away with that.
Right.
Do away with it.
Bring down the gridiron on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts. Because we take this job so serious.
Well, that game sucked.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to give y'all a scoreboard update. And that's my fault because I got to talking about my wife's beloved Indianapolis Colts, who stuck a foot in the Raiders' rear end. So let me get everything together here. And now, with the music going, I got the musical cue now. It is now time. Where are you? Right here. For the Snowman SeatGeek Scoreboard Cutie Queen update brought to you by SeatGeek. Use the code Snowman for $20 off of your first purchase. Through the NFL scores we go. Beginning in London, it was Minnesota over Cleveland 21-17. Houston crowned Baltimore 44-10. You heard me talk about that. I'll move this tab over here. Carolina comes back and beats Miami 27-24. The Indianapolis Colts, that's for you, Dr. K, beat the Raiders 40-6. The New Orleans Saints, yes, those New Orleans Saints showed they have a pulse, and they beat up Jackson Dart and the Giants. They forced 5 turnovers. They win in the Superdome 26-14. It was the Cowboys over the Jets 37-22. The Broncos over Philadelphia 21-17. In the late games, Tennessee walks off on a field goal over Arizona. That final score 22-21. Another walk-off occurred in Seattle as the Buccaneers get a 38-35 win. Detroit beat up Cincinnati 37-24. It was the Redskins over the Chargers, that final 27-10. And then one of the shockers of the night, the New England Patriots. Yes, those New England Patriots beat the Buffalo Bills by a final of 23-20. Tonight, it's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars with an 8:15 kickoff, I beg your pardon, in Jacksonville. Let's go through the scores in the Major League Baseball playoffs. You're talking about playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? Our games today, both of which will be on Snowman Sportsnet, will be the Dodgers and the Phillies, game 2 of that division series. The Dodgers lead that series 1-0. And the Milwaukee Brewers will try to make it 2 in a row over the Cubs. That game starts at 9:08. Blake Snell will go for the Dodgers, Edwin Luzardo for Philadelphia. And the pitching matchup, Imanaga goes for the Cubs and Ashby goes for the Brewers. Yesterday, it was the Toronto Blue Jays scoring 10+ a game. They beat the New York Yankees that final 13-7. And the Mariners tie up the division series against the Tigers. They win 3-2. Trey Savage, the winner for Toronto. Max Fried, the loser for the Yankees. And I think the Yankees are going to get beaten on Tuesday night. The Tigers and the Mariners are tied 1 game apiece. Brash, the winner for the Mariners. Finnegan, the loser for the Tigers. Munoz, the save for Seattle. NBA basketball. Preseason basketball yesterday, the Thunder win big, 135-114. And my beloved Golden State Warriors beat the Los Angeles Fakers. That final was 111-103. And that, my friends, is your Snowman Snowman SeatGeek scoreboard cutie queen update. We do this every morning at the top of the second hour. It's brought to you by SeatGeek. Use the code Snowman for $20 off of your first purchase. That is only through the power of SeatGeek. And you know the rest, where fans can fan. I want to do something fun here. I want to start a mailbag, an NFL type mailbag, where I answer your questions. Well, we answer your questions about the NFL. So if you are interested, drop an email to snowmaninthemorning@gmail.com. I'll do the mailbag on Wednesday. I'll also put a post on social media. So any question you want answered, we will answer it. How about those Toronto Blue Jays? They saw the Yankees get through the division series against the Boston Red Sox and said, "Welcome to Toronto." Pow! And especially the greeting from one Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He not only homered in game 1, in game 2, he decided to couple it with a grand slam. Let me repeat that. Vladimir Guerrero, in his first 2 playoff games, has homered. He hit a home run in game 1 that is still traveling. And in game 2, he smacked a grand slam that is still traveling. Isn't that fun? You never know what a person is going to do in their first playoff appearance. And Vladimir Guerrero said, "Okay, hold my beer." And the Blue Jays saying 1 game away, and they can win in New York. New York is not the same, and I love you, Dave Sims, but New York is not the same powerful team as it was in the 70s and the 90s. I skipped the 80s because that was the downside for the Yankees. But the Yankees are a playoff team, and they are at home. And they can win 2 at home and send it back to Toronto for a game 5. Now watch, as I say that the Blue Jays can beat the Yankees in New York, The Yankees are going to find their strength at home behind Aaron Judge and that raucous crowd in the new house. In front of ghosts like Derek Jeter, number 2. And find their strength and get back in this series. Watch. Because every time I make a prediction like that, it goes wrong. It's one of those predictions should have gone wrong. Yeah. And it always happens. That's why I don't do picks very well. I can do analysis very well. I just don't do picks very well. But it's fun, though. It's fun. Toronto and the Yankees resume their series Tuesday night, but I picked at the top of the season, I picked the Toronto Blue Jays to win the American League East, and doggone it if they didn't do it on the last day of the year. Doggone it if they didn't do it on the last game, in the last game of the year. They beat the New York Yankees. And I mean beat them up. They beat them up, man. And now they won the first 2 games against the Yankees. And they beat them up again. They scored 23 runs. They've outscored the Yankees in Toronto in the first 2 games 23-8. 23-8. And since we're talking baseball, I hope the Milwaukee Brewers I need my button here so I don't get in trouble with all the stations that hear us and the stations that are picking us up. And I'm trying to really do this anew so I don't cuss on air. I hope the Milwaukee Brewers stomp a mud hole in the Cubs and walk it dry and treat them like the bitches they are. Because the Cubs do not deserve to be in the National League Championship Series. Because if they make it to the National League Championship Series, then I won't hear the end of it from Cubs fans. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of Cub fans. I lived with them for many years. And I'm tired. Let's take a break. When y'all get back, Jay Spivey will join us in his usual spot, and I want to make it his usual spot. And I think he's got some things on his mind. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? Season 4 of Bearing Down the Gridiron officially begins. Let's get into it. The Big 12.
The Big 12.
On the stage was your champion, and they were picked last.
Speaking of the CFP, we continue to believe the 5-11 model proposed by the Big 12 right playoff format for college football.
Voila! You make as much money. Those schools make sometimes as much money as an NFL team does.
I think that's the model to go. Because we already said, for one thing, do away with the bye week. That bye week did not help anyone in the top 4 teams.
Personally, I always believe that the rankings really don't matter until it's either the last Saturday in October or the first Saturday in November. No, it's last Saturday in October.
You want to explain that BYU pick?
BYU's, I just figured that they're more balanced on offense, at least for what I witnessed last year. More balanced on offense, and I think they are a little bit better able to hang with talent on defense as well.
I'm taking Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes.
Join the cause we take this job so serious.
And Father O'Shaughnessy need to go to hell. That's what he needs.
What did Father O'Shaughnessy do?
I quit. We're done here. I'm done. We're out of here.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
If y'all would have seen that episode live, you wonder why we can't stop laughing at that clip. And thank you, Playmaker, for that. Napoleon posed a question going into this week.
Why did I trust Geno Smith over DJ Les and QB Mild Sauce?
Stimpy, you idiot.
And then this week happened. And Napoleon said to me, Napoleon said when he did his picks, break the glass when it came to that game. Now, let's have some fun and let's go down to Carolina. Jay Spivey is with us, joining us from North Carolina. Good morning, Jay. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Okay, man. Explain to me what the heck happened in Charlotte yesterday.
The Dolphins absolutely collapsed and choked a sorry dog Panthers team.
It was 17-0.
And the Panthers were doing absolutely nothing.
No, they were not.
And you let them back in the game.
How? How did the Dolphins let the sorry, Carolina Panthers back into the ball game? How?
They're about as bad as the Panthers panthering last week. The Dolphins just have this history recently.
Mm-hmm.
What have they really done since Marino left?
Nothing.
I mean, really, they've done nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Same thing.
I'm serious. I mean, they keep getting these prime spots on TV all the time, and they've done nothing.
Same can be said about the Charlotte Hornets, who are not going to do anything this year.
Well, we know that, but they've been like that pretty much since the 80s.
They've been like this since they changed the name from the Bobcats back to the Hornets.
They're horrible.
They've done nothing. Nothing.
That two bad ownerships in the same city.
How do you explain that?
Well, the NFL and NBA allows it, I guess. And the fan bases keep coming back, which is stupid.
It's very stupid. What do you say about, speaking of teams choking away games, the Arizona Cardinals?
Oh, my goodness gracious. And it all started because of that idiotic play for some reason that players still keep doing for almost 20 years now, ever since Deshaun Jackson did it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you drop the ball a yard in front of the end zone?
I've seen Jonathan Taylor
run through the end zone and jump in the crowd for all I care. But don't drop the ball in the end zone. In front of the end zone.
I've seen Jonathan Taylor do it live on the air. I've seen A.D. Mitchell do it live on the air. And now Amari DiMarcado has just become the latest meme of dropping the football.
And he should.
Yep.
And I understand that pro players don't get as ripped as college and high school players do. But if I were him, Shane Steichen would have ripped his rear end out yesterday.
Yep. And he did it to Jonathan Taylor and A.D. Mitchell. When they did it. And did Amari DiMarcado face any kind of punishment on the sideline? No. Did he face any kind of discipline on the sideline? No.
Of course not.
Did he face any kind of shunning from his players because of that? Because he basically cost them the game? No.
I bet you deep down he doesn't think he did anything wrong. He may say he did something wrong, but deep down I don't think he knows he did anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently it's like the cool thing for football players to do these days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just plain idiotic.
It is. I mean, you break through the line, great run, but you drop the football before you cross
intentionally.
And no one will say, I bet you no one will say intentionally like we are.
I bet a lot of his teammates think it was a great thing to do.
Mm-hmm. But they don't realize You cost your team 7 points.
You cost your team the game. That game was over.
The game was over.
If he had scored, that game was over.
The game was over. The game flipped on that
because the sorry Titans were dead
in the water,
dead,
and somehow they rise and they walk off. If I'm the Arizona, I asked the question earlier in the show. Does your team need to push the plunger? I think the Arizona Cardinals need to push the plunger.
Absolutely, they need to, because this team is dead. And I'm sorry, I don't care how good of a player he is. Kyler Murray is not the kind of player who's going to win you a Super Bowl.
No, he's not.
He's just not.
I don't think and I've had people argue with me, well, he needs time to develop. He's had time to develop.
He's had plenty of time to develop.
He played at 2 different colleges, for God's sakes, and he still hasn't developed.
He's had plenty of time to develop.
He's had plenty of time to develop, and he sucks right now.
He's just, I don't know that he's the guy who can really inspire your team either. Because he's so athletic, he just wants, seems like anytime he gets in trouble, he runs. And I know it's hard to tackle him, I get that.
Yeah.
But he's not the kind of guy who can inspire a team to really be that good.
Prime example from this year, the loss to San Francisco.
Yeah.
The loss to San Francisco. A team battling with a slew of injuries.
Has no team left.
None. I said that earlier. And somehow the 49ers are 4-1.
And are 3-0 in the division, which is more important.
Absolutely.
And somehow lost to the Jags of all teams.
Mm-hmm. We got socked in the mouth against Jacksonville. Okay, let me just go ahead and say it. Travis Etienne took a fumble. The Jaguars recovered a fumble, and then Travis Etienne punched us in the mouth, and the game was over then.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow this resilient team, and I keep using that word, and you've heard me use that word when it comes to the 49ers, this resilient team went to Los Angeles with the JV squad and beat them in overtime.
I think he needs to win in the playoffs, but I think a large part of that's Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not proven that late in the playoffs.
No.
Or even in Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah, he's lost 2 Super Bowls. That ain't the legacy you want to leave.
But I do think in the regular season he's a really good coach.
Now, what the heck happened? While we're talking about what the heck happened in Philadelphia?
Another one. Just collapsed. Which proves again it's going to be nearly impossible for anybody to be undefeated in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. And the same in Buffalo. But Buffalo just choked. Two fumbles,
yes,
2 fumbles and 3 drives in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, like they kept saying in the press conference last night, you're not going to win with 3 turnovers.
Mm-mm.
You're not. I don't
You're
care
not.
who you playing. I don't care who you playing.
You turn the ball over 3 times, you're not winning anything. I went after the second fumble. I got to be honest, and I said this at the top of the show. After the second fumble, I went to bed because I knew something goofy was going to happen at Rich Stadium,
And it did.
and it did. And the Patriots won at Rich Stadium. And yes, I still call it Rich Stadium. The Patriots won.
Well, they get ready to pull the plunger on that stadium at the end of the season anyway.
Yep. This is the last year of Highmark / Ralph Wilson / Rich Stadium. And then you had the game.
Let's flip it on the head there. Why did the Titans get rid of Vrabel? Because the guy could clearly coach.
I don't know.
The Patriots hit a home run by hiring him.
Mm-hmm. They did.
And Drake May is clearly good.
And you can see the difference.
Oh, they're so much better.
You can see the difference in Drake May with Mike Vrabel leading the team.
Well, and as sorry as he's been as a head coach twice, Josh McDaniels is a good offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. He is.
And they were talking last night during the game that they basically just started from scratch with Drake May when he got hired because they didn't even know each other.
Right.
And they just started from scratch.
Yep.
And he just looks like a different player.
He is. He is. Damian Hernandez says, I will say this. The Panthers do have a legit quarterback now. Yeah, Bryce Young is not great.
Oh, please.
And has flaws, but he looks like he has a bright future in front of him. Let me answer that. Damian. No.
No.
Just no.
I like Bryce Young, but he is not that kind of guy.
He's not. He's not. Skills be darned. His mental, the way you said it about Kyler Murray just a moment ago. He's not the guy that's going to lead you to a Super Bowl.
He's not.
He's not the guy that's going to rally the troops. Somehow yesterday he did against Miami, but it's Miami.
I don't care what Kyler Murray's listed at. It doesn't matter. He's probably 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
How many 5'10" quarterbacks are going in the NFL on a consistent basis?
The last quarterback, the last quarterback that's like 6'1" and under to lead his team was Drew Brees.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And Drew Brees didn't make his hay until he got traded from San Diego to New Orleans.
Well, another thing that helped Drew is that he learned how to throw.
Yeah. Thank you.
And under tough circumstances, meaning he had to throw over the line.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray just, as soon as he gets in any kind of trouble, he starts running.
He starts running. And you know who else you can say that for? What's the name I'm looking for that Damien wants to defend that Damien Hernandez, a guy in the chat, wants to defend all the time? Oh yeah, Justin Fields.
Oh God, that's another one.
Mm-hmm.
He's the same way.
Anytime he gets in trouble, he runs.
What's he ever won in the NFL? Nothing. And he's now on his third team.
Mm-hmm. And there's going to be more teams than that are going to take a chance on him. I don't know.
And the Jets are just god awful.
The Jets are horrible. The Jets are just plain horrible.
How could New York have two such horrible teams?
Well, one because
the Jets and Giants are awful.
The Giants and Jets are just bad. They're just plain awful. And they both need, I'll answer a question I posed. The Jets and the Giants need to push the plunger.
Well, that goes, again, as well as Danny Dimes is doing with the Colts, and I hate that name.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that says how bad his coaches were with the Giants.
Agreed.
Because he's really playing well with the Colts.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? What the Colts have that the Giants don't? Structure. Not to mention some weapons.
And who would have said? I mean, I'm sorry he died, but I wouldn't have thought that before Irsay died.
Right.
But it actually, I guess his daughter's taking her. It seems like she knows what she's doing.
It seems that way so far. But
they just beat the snot out of the Raiders yesterday.
40 unanswered points.
And the Raiders dead.
The Raiders led 3-0 at the end of one. 3-0. But the Colts were moving. And then the first touchdown happened. It was a pass to the fellow who I think should be Rookie of the Year running away, and that's Tyler Warren. 40 unanswered points.
They're good because that division's horrible.
That division is theirs. All right.
Let's absolutely.
Let's just go ahead and say it out loud and repeat a statement I've said many times over during the summer. The division is the Colts to lose.
Oh, absolutely.
The AFC South is the Colts to lose, and they ain't losing.
Although it did seem like, for once this season, it seemed like the Texans finally showed some life.
And they beat up Baltimore. There's
I
another
don't think I'll be shocked if the Jags beat the Chiefs tonight.
You wouldn't be shocked if
I'll be shocked if the Jags beat the Chiefs tonight.
Yeah, I'll be shocked too.
I know, because
my official pick was the Chiefs anyway. I would be shocked if the Jaguars win.
People keep trying to bury the Chiefs. The Chiefs,
as long as they're not dead,
as long as Mahomes is their quarterback and Andy Reid's there, they're going to keep winning.
As long as Patrick Mahomes is breathing, they have a chance.
And yes, they have trouble running the ball, and their receivers aren't what they used to be. Frankly, they don't have the weapons they used to. But still, they're going to keep winning.
Mm-hmm. Why are people writing them off? Why?
Just what I'm saying. They think they're not nearly as dynamic as they used to. But Mahomes is still the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And he just turned 30.
which I
He
can't
just
believe.
turned 30.
Which I can't believe. He just turned 30. He just turned 30. Unbelievable.
He just turned 30. Let's not bury the guy. He's not 45.
And he want to write him off.
And he's not. Yes, I understand your skills diminish at some point, but he's not the kind of guy that runs all the time. He doesn't do that.
Unlike Justin Fields, Patrick Mahomes can actually throw the football.
Well, Kyler Murray too.
I'll say it again. Unlike Justin Fields, Damian Hernandez, Patrick Mahomes actually has an arm. Patrick Mahomes can actually play quarterback.
And he's proven that.
Yep, Patrick Mahomes.
He's won. He has multiple rings.
He has won. He's a winner. He is a leader. He's an MVP, okay? Regular season and Super Bowl MVP. How do you like them apples?
Well, listen, Andy Reid clearly knows what he's doing. Because honestly, I'll say this now, but when he traded up to get Mahomes, I thought he was crazy.
I thought so too.
Because he already had Alex Smith.
Mm-hmm. But he's proven us wrong.
And he traded it. It's worked right from the get-go.
It has. It has. And it's going to keep, and as long as those two are together, it's going to keep working. But what happened? I'll ask you this. What happened? Jay Spivey is, let me say this. Jay Spivey is with us. Spivey Notes back in tow here on Monday. What happened to Baltimore?
They have no defense. Their defense is absolutely horrible.
The defense is cooked.
And who would have ever said that about them?
Exactly. Their defense
and
is
I know
cooked.
they got some injuries. I know Lamar Jackson's hurt, but still.
Their defense is cooked.
It's terrible. And all those idiots up there who want to fire John Harbaugh, have at it. If they want to fire him, fire him. But the guy's a really good coach.
Who are you going to get to replace him?
Well, that's exactly my point. They booed him off the field yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
And half the seats were empty by the time the second half began.
Shoot, they were half empty before halftime.
Mm-hmm. It was 24
and
to
once
3.
again, Lamar Jackson's hurt.
How many times have we talked
He's
about
hurt
Lamar
every
Jackson?
year.
He is. How many times have we said that about Lamar Jackson on this program?
He's hurt every year. They're not near the same team without him.
That's obvious.
And also, I don't understand. I'll say this about a lot of teams, but I'll say that about them. Although Cooper Rush is not the worst backup quarterback.
Right.
Why teams don't invest more in a backup quarterback? Because at some point your quarterback's going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He just is. So, in this nightmare going on in Cincinnati, since the Bengals clearly did not do that and clearly don't want to do anything about that, since there are some quarterbacks who are still available and won't trade for them. Kirk Cousins being one.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins would be perfect up there.
You know something?
But Jake Browning?
Jake Browning, yes.
They're not going to win with Jake Browning.
Yesterday proved that.
He was awful.
Yesterday proved that.
They're wasting all that talent in Cincinnati because they're so cheap.
I want you to answer. I want to answer this comment here from Damian Hernandez. Justin Fields never had any weapons or a legit team around him like Mahomes had since being drafted, and Justin has an arm. Just ask Garrett Mooney, Pickens, DJ Moore, and every receiver that he's had. I'll answer this first. Damian, no. Just no. Justin Fields, and I think Jay will agree with me, Justin Fields hasn't been able to throw the ball and throw it accurately since his days at Ohio State.
No.
Not a chance.
That is clearly a Justin Fields apologist there.
And what's the excuse? Oh, he's never had a team around him.
That's
Baloney.
not true at all. Not true at all.
Baloney.
Not true at all.
He has had a team around him. He just doesn't know how to play quarterback.
Not true at all.
He just doesn't know how to play quarterback. Period. End of story. And these, you know what, man? I'll say it. These apologists, and you and I know quite a few of them.
Oh, yeah.
They just don't quit. especially a couple that we know that cover the Hornets and the Panthers.
I'm glad you mentioned said person because I got a story to tell you about him.
Oh, no. Let's hear it.
I was sitting right next to said person Friday night at a high school football game. And the game that we were covering went to overtime.
Really?
He and his color guy did not know the rule for high school overtime. And they were sitting on air talking about it. And the guy to his right, and I was to their left, corrected them on air. The guy next to him was not on. He was doing the clock and heard what they said. And he said, I heard what y'all said about overtime, and you're incorrect. He had to give them a tutorial on high school overtime.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, my God.
So he got corrected on the air.
He most certainly did by a guy who was not on it. He was doing the clock.
He was doing the clock, and he corrected him on the air.
Yes, he did.
About the
I heard
overtime
every word
rules.
of it. I heard every word
And
of
if
it.
I remember correctly, you get 4 downs from the 10-yard line.
You get a 10-yard line, and obviously both teams get possessions.
Yep, both teams. I know both teams
They
get a
did
possession.
not know the rule. They did not know the rule. And the guy to his right, who was doing the clock, overheard them and said, I used to be a high school coach, which he was. And he said, I overheard y'all. And he said, I get the feeling y'all don't know the rule in high school overtime. And he had your boy said, as a matter of fact, I don't know the rule. Well, you know, first of all, it's embarrassing. Second, educate yourself. If you don't know it, educate yourself.
You know what? I had an overtime game in 2002 in Chicago. That was my first overtime game of my career that I called high school football. And I knew going into it that both teams possessed the ball. Someone told me when I said it was my first overtime game during a break, he told me both teams get the ball at the 10-yard line. With that basic knowledge, I was good.
So,
and he didn't even know the basic knowledge. 4 downs from the 10-yard line.
If you don't know it before you come on air to discuss overtime, how about asking somebody instead of just coming up with some conjecture and say you think you know what it is? You
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ask questions.
I heard every word that the three of them were talking about because they're right next to me.
Let me guess, and he didn't bother to say hello either.
No, well, he not like that, but he could have asked me. I'd have told him. I know the rule,
and he didn't.
They've had the same rule in high school for years. It hasn't changed. So how's he not seeing an overtime rule?
You know what?
And his color guy played high school football,
and he didn't know the overtime
He
rule.
had no idea.
I'm going to say this, and then we're going to get the heck out of here. When I worked with him, there was a lot that he didn't know.
Well, that's pretty obvious.
There's a lot that he didn't know. And I'll leave it with this. He never bothered to ask.
Nope.
He thought he knew everything.
Said it on air when he didn't know the rule.
Said it on air. Yep.
You're saying something incorrect?
And I've heard his broadcast. No. Just no. So I'm saying on air, he's not worth listening to. Jay Spivey with us here as he is every single Monday. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. I love you, and I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thank you very much.
We got a split. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope you all are too. God bless you. So long, everybody. I'm back later on behind the mic for some baseball, and Justin Fields has no excuse for sucking the way that he does. Out.